What it do, good people? It's your boy, the Notorious DOC, aka Marco Kane. Back at you again. Yeah, still solo dolo. This all good. Hey, want to talk about some incidents that had happened today down here in Houston, Texas. Now, anybody from Houston, Texas, they know Wayside, Chicken Plus, that area, the old North Forest ISD, the one of the largest black school districts in the state of Texas. It's now defunct now, but don't worry about that noise. It's email. But today was an incident. I kind of worked that way, not too far from there, probably maybe about 5 minutes away from where the incident took place. But it's still an ongoing story. But from what I gather, from what I saw on the news, and I actually saw the Big Hat Boys, the DPS, they was headed that way. But some gentleman was on Wayside, close by Chicken Plus. Matter of fact, right in front of Chicken Plus. He was shooting at cars. Now, this is the only thing I'm gonna say about that. Mental health, that's some serious shit. Uh, some people, they get on, and I'm not gonna guess on what he was on, or if he was on anything, or if he was just mad at the world, just wanted to give up. Who knows what was going on in the guy's mind. I mean, he could have been on some shit. He could have been drunk. He could have just been like saying, fuck it, fuck the world. I'm gonna do this, and they gonna kill me, and I'm gonna be up out of here. But mental health is a real serious deal, especially in the African American community, especially with men, black men. Some of us, we don't want to admit it, but it does happen. It just doesn't happen to the white neighborhood. The white people. It happens to the brothers too. And I ain't gonna sit here and lie and tell you, I done had my own episodes on mental shit. So it is what it is. But I'm the type, I'm an open book. You know, Shit happens, you overcome or you adapt and overcome and you keep on moving. But back to the incident. As I say, I was watching the media news today, and the guy was just shooting at cars. Random shooting, just pow, 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 and end up shooting a female and her daughter. Shot one of the workers at the Chicken Plus. Hit by a stray bullet. He could have easily killed some people, and allegedly, so after he was shooting, he walks across the street and to what it looked like on the news. It looked like it was an old abandoned home. Now, if it was, who knows? Because that is a rough side of town. It's a lot of brothers and Hispanics are over that way. Not to say anything negative or bad about them, but that's what's over there. And he strolled on to the house. So of course, like I said, the police showed up. It was sheriff's deputies. It was unmarked police cars headed that way. I saw this shit, but I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know until later on. But I saw several unmarked cars. Like I said, DPS, sheriff's deputies. They was all headed that way. Damn near run me over trying to get over there. And understandably, they were trying to, protect and serve and, save lives and whatnot. Thank goodness nobody died. So that's a blessing there. But when the cops showed up, this gentleman started shooting at the cops. And, of course, they started shooting back. And they hit his ass a couple of times. So, his condition, he's not dead. He's getting health care, or medical care, as the media said. So, I guess the bullet wounds that he got shot with were not life-threatening. And the young lady or the lady and her daughter, they were not life-threatening because they was able to go to it was a fire station close nearby. They were able to go there to get medical attention. So, they're okay. Everybody, it seems from what the media said, everybody is going to be okay. There was nobody died which, like I say, which is a blessing. So that's great, but uh, it could have easily went bad, or this is Texas, and we are a uh, carry your gun state, as I call it. You don't need a permit as long as you ain't no felon. You're good to go. Uh, Permitless carry. They could have easily went bad. Somebody coming and riding by and stopped, turned around, pow, 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 shot that dude dead. And like I say, nobody knows what's going on with him right now. But you got to be something wrong up here. Are you mad at, like I say, mad at the world? I mean, I get mad at the world too, but I don't give a damn how mad I get. I'm not finna go start busting caps at just random people. That's something. You're a couple of beers short of a 6-pack, or your elevator going to the top. Like I said, not to downgrade the gentleman, but he need to get the help that he needs so that shit don't happen again. But yeah, that's the craziness that's happening in this world. That people mentally alcoholic, substance abuse, whatever the case is, they get on something and they lose it, and then they got access to guns. Now, this is the part that people say, oh well, no, he shot the people, he could have had a nervous breakdown, mental breakdown. You don't know what's going on. That man could have lost his job, lost his wife, lost his I mean, who knows except for him and the man upstairs. So you don't know what's really gonna happen. I mean, more details will probably come out later on tonight or tomorrow or sometime. By next week, they'll probably figure out what the heck was going on. But yeah, man, it's getting like crazy out there. And then even down here too, the Hispanic couple, the guy stomped on the little baby, man, kicked her in the head, beat her. She died. She died a few days ago, and her mama kind of like just stood by and watched this shit. Those are the motherfuckers that need. I ain't gonna say help, but them are the ones I say need to be put on a fucking island with no food, no water. Just drop their ass down, put them on a helicopter, take their ass to a fucking island in the middle of the fucking ocean, drop their ass in there, and say bye. And leave it at that. That's what they need to do with the pedophiles. That's what they need to do with the rapists. Take their asses off, drop them on that fucking island, and let them deal with each other. Yeah, let them eat each other. If that's what they want food, let them eat each other. I wouldn't give a shit. But with that being said, some innocent people, it's like it's got to be 100 before you get sent to that island. I would say it needs to be 100% without a shadow of anybody's doubt that you are guilty of whatever crime that you committed, because we all know there are some innocent people that's been locked up. It happens. The justice system is not always fair. As people see the scales of justice, that broad is blind. She can't see. So they need to break her up, take the blindfold off, let her start seeing shit, let her get some more details, whatever the case is. But yeah, a little Hispanic couple. I'm gonna say both of them. They killed they killed the woman's daughter, kicking in the head, stomping her. Oh man, it made me kind of pissed off a little bit. But such is life. These women, they get these sorry motherfucking men, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it, these women get these sorry ass motherfucking men that don't want shit. It's all on drugs, drinking, whatnot, and they do shit like that, and they don't want to kick them out, kick them to the curb, none of that shit. It's all lovey-dovey when you first meet, but then all of a sudden you change. You start smoking, start drinking, and then next thing you know, you're trying to mess with the kid, or you're beating on the kid, you're abusing the kid. Them the motherfuckers is a special place in hell for their ass. But I like I said, I don't want to just sit here and judge. because everybody got demons in their past, and it's just sad what this world is coming to, and it's even like the military. I was watching the news. The ship that's out there, men and women fighting for our country. They've been out there so long, the food is spoiling. You got servicemen want to jump overboard just to get off the ship. I mean, what kind of shit is that? Ain't nothing but fucking Donald Trump. And I know Donald Trump don't do every motherfucking thing, but bruh, come on now. This conflict shit has lasted a little bit too long. I got that saying, like I say, when I get up in the mornings, be safe out there. The crazies are always lurking. But this shit is getting crazier and crazier and crazier. It's like the Wild Wild West, basically. The Wild Wild West. So we got to get better. As a human species, we have to get better. Even if they talking about aliens and shit is out there. If aliens out there and they keep looking at us doing this old dumb shit, hell, I'd be trying to hide because I don't want to get killed. I don't want to get chopped up and dissected. None of that shit. So, it's truly fucking crazy. But, that's the way of the world now. I mean, it baffles me sometimes on some of the shit that people do in the world to each other. But yeah, that was the news for today. That this gentleman was shooting people, just randomly, just shooting at cars, like it wasn't nothing. Like it was a Sunday day drive, and he out there shooting caps at people, and hit a few people, like I said. And but the cops got him. They popped his ass. He's not dead, but they popped him, and he's in the hospital on the taxpayer's dime, because I'm quite sure his ass doesn't have a job, or he might have a job. I don't know, but the taxpayers are gonna be paying for that shit. So it's do da 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 da. But yeah, folks, that's all I want to talk about was the incident that happened today. That's going to be today's topic, the shooting incident on Wayside. So, once again, people, be kind to each other. It don't take a big effort just to say thank you. Be kind to one another. Treat each other with respect. And the world will be a better place. I really do believe that if we all start treating each other with respect and honor, I think the world will be a better place. You wouldn't have all that hashery bull crap and shit like that. But until then, live long and prosper. Peace and prayers. And hopefully we'll see you guys again soon. Hopefully my boy DJ Mad, he'll be back soon. We're trying to work some shit out so we can get him back on, on the mic. I know, like I said, it's been a while, but he's coming back sooner or later. But yeah, y'all be careful out there, man. And we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.